All right, guys, I want to welcome you to the Billionaire Mindset Podcast. Today, I got a special guest, my son Isaac Normile, and then I got Dre Deezy in the house.
Yes, sir.
We are actually going to be talking today about what they're doing.
Our first
So
podcast.
right now, this is their first podcast ever, guys. Their production company is called BAM Production, By Any Means Necessary. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Instagram,
all platforms.
Facebook, all platforms is up there. You got TikTok, guys?
We have TikTok.
They got TikTok. See, they're not playing around, guys. Go follow them on all platforms. Check them out. So what's this about? What's this BAM production about? Let me hear about it.
So pretty much it's just like we have a group of friends who we all have like our own hobbies, but we kind of each do our own hobbies like as a group and get our we film each other doing what we all do together, like, you know what I mean? He plays basketball good, so then I'll go play basketball with him and we'll get that on video. Or I skate, so we'll go to the skate park and he'll try to ride, Zach will try to ride, everybody will try to ride that's in the group, even though I'm the only one who mainly rides. But it's just being there and getting the content of us just hanging out and stuff like that. It's just like literally it's a lifestyle.
Most of the content is just us, our normal day, just what we do, and I wouldn't say more of a, it probably turns more to like a vlog type, but it's events. Like,
what's your movement about? What you trying to do?
So we're gonna have this property with like 300 acres, and we're gonna have probably more than that, and we're gonna have skate parks, basketball courts, dirt bike tracks, these drift courses. We're gonna have everything that we like to do, and we're gonna use it as a platform to create like a YouTube, movies, TV shows, whatever it needs to be, just for it to like impact the most people. We're gonna have like star people that like on basketball teams that are star athletes and stuff, and people who are like win skate competitions and stuff like that. They're gonna be on the shows and stuff to like draw a wider audience to us and stuff like that. But it's gonna be cool. That's our main goal as a team.
Do anything by any means.
By any means necessary. We're gonna end up making that goal become realistic, which it is realistic already. But I mean.
So are you trying to inspire people, or are you trying to inspire the kids around you now? Because, you know, like,
I feel like we're trying to inspire people because, like, literally, the dreams that we have, I feel like a lot of people share, but they just get shot down. Like, they feel like it's not possible. So we're just trying to, like, show that it's possible. All you have to do is really work towards it.
Like, our friend group, Bane basically started with us, too. And then it's just, like, Zach was already our friend, but once we explained it to him, he was all for it. Like, it's just we relate to people. Especially
I feel like looking on the inside in, what I see a group of kids that are, what I see out here is you don't see a lot of teenage kids your ages showing teenage kids your ages what you guys are capable of doing in the future, because realistically anything's possible if you put your mind to it and you work towards it and you just believe that you can do it, right? And you go hard.
Believe it.
So I feel like that's what I see going in, and that's why I inspire it. And that's why I put you in a program with me, because I feel like you need to be in a program to focus it. But besides that, so what's the project? What's the latest project you've been working on?
So we just posted.
Yeah, we were just actually making a video.
We made 3 videos today, actually.
You're missing the whole big one y'all just did. That's what I'm asking
in
about.
Baltimore?
Yeah, that's the one I'm asking about.
Our trip to Baltimore, Charm City Skate Park. You know, we just recorded going into. So
you're just gonna initially not talk about the whole fact that y'all rented out a whole skate park?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, right? So this is a really big skate park, so we decided to rent out the whole skate park for the video, so that like it's just us, nobody else. So
just so the people out there understand, who paid for that?
Me.
All right.
I paid for it.
Off of what money? Money you work for, right?
Money I work for, yeah.
All right, just so you guys see, he's making his own money. It ain't daddy paying for this stuff.
But so, all right, what was I about to say?
So what'd you do? How'd the whole thing transition? What happened?
So we went to Baltimore. We rented out the skate park. We got some videos going, taking the trip up, like hanging out around, like pretty much like a day in the life kinda. And then it got to the point where we're at the skate park, which was like probably like 4 minutes in. Like it was like there was a video prior to that, but that's on our YouTube if you want to watch it. It's called BAM Productions. Or am I actually?
It's called BAM.
YouTube is just BAM.
Yeah, our YouTube is just BAM, but the video
BAMN.
is BAM Productions goes to Baltimore.
BAM goes to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So I'll break it down to you a little bit more because this is their first podcast, so they're having a little hard time right
it's
now.
A little hard. It'll get better. Don't worry.
And as you get going, you'll speak a lot better, and it'll get clearer and easier for you guys. So what they did is they ended up renting out a skate park for the day. I had a summit that I had to do for Les Brown's Power Voice Summit. So I rented out a room in Baltimore to do it, so that way it could be quiet because I didn't need anybody around, because everywhere in my business and my home, there's always somebody around, so it's hard. So as I did it, they were like, hey, can we go up there too? And I want to do something for my own show. Yep. They ended up doing this whole production thing where they went out downtown Baltimore, Inner Harbor, skated all around Inner Harbor, went out to the skate park, rented the skate park out, have fun in there. Yep. And then we ended up going to get some dinner. Right before the skate park, you went up to, where'd you end up going?
Hard
Rock Cafe, had some dinner there. You know, just had a good day.
Yeah,
and I feel like
it was a great time.
Watching you guys just do what you love to do is, is inspiring, because as you get older and adults start to lose it, is what we forget as an adult is when we were your guys' age, what we wanted to do, right, was be able to just do what we wanted to do. As you get an adult and you have kids and you have work, it's like your whole life of what you wanted to do goes on the back burner, because every weekend all it is your kids asking you to do something, your kids asking you to do something, and it's like, dang, don't you forget your parents want a life too, and want to be able to do something, but we don't, right? Because if we love our kids enough, we give up our time for you guys, right? So you guys get to live that life, and that's why I'm like, let's do it now, because I feel like if you guys can dig this out and get it through, and when you do get this through and you get to do your life, you'll be able to live your life in your life. You know, you won't have to.
How you want to.
You won't have to go to work and just work a regular job. You can do both. You know. And
we
were
actually just talking about that. Like our job would be our life.
Yeah.
We just make it like.
Now, what I would say is schooling. Like, I know both of you kind of like don't like school and all, right? But
we're still going through it though.
You got to go through it. And in college, like if you don't have something figured out, mapped out, the reason why college is good, because you can put that into a use of whatever it is you're going to do. Like if a production things you want to do, then you get a vo-tech school or a college or something to work to better your thing in there, you know, because it's not like you know exactly what you're doing yet, right?
Yeah.
You don't know, you know what you want to do. Just like I knew 20 years ago I wanted to open a tattoo shop and it to be successful. I went through a lot of roads and trials and tribulations to get where I'm at, right? I didn't know how I was going to get there. 100% I didn't know how I was going to get there. I just knew I was going to get there, right? So with me not knowing how I was going to get there, I just took the road most traveled and went that way, right? Instead of just trying my own path and just being myself and doing it the way I want to do it, just like I do now. Because now what I realized was I did it in the path of everybody else, and that path led me to nothing, because what I saw was I was spending money when I shouldn't have, done dumb stuff when I shouldn't have, right? That's why I'm like tight with my money now.
And that's what we're doing now. We're like penny pitching even though we don't even have to.
Yeah.
We're doing our own path. Like we're only spending money. We're only spending money that's going to make us money, or if it's like for a video, stuff like that.
And the thing is like what you guys, I say, what I would start to spend on now is like what it is you're going to do. Like, okay, if you're going to go into this production side and go heavy into that, you need to get another camera. One isn't enough, right? With me, what do we have? Wynn has 2, I have 1. You know, we have 3 altogether.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to buy another 1 or 2, a couple more, because we need them. Same thing with you guys. That's stuff like you might want to look into, because that's something that you're going to need eventually. So those are things that you can do for yourself, you know, and have it ready and be ready to do it.
Yeah, we thought about it.
But or you can just stick with what you have, rock with what you have, and once somebody finds you, because your story is what you know, you both have a story that you don't talk about. Like, and that's what I want to talk to you about today, and I want to talk to you about. I want people to understand your story. So Isaac, why don't you start? You give them your story about you first, and then we'll go to you, Dre, next. Give them a breakdown, a 5-minute breakdown, a little 3-minute, whatever you want to give them.
I don't even know how to.
You want to start then, Dre?
It's hard. I did my 5-minute video, and I did my 15-minute video too.
Well, this is what I would say. Start off, this is how I would tell you start, right? You already know, because it's not like you haven't done this before, right? You haven't done this before, so I'll give you a good example for you. Like where you were born, where you came from, talk about your mother passing, talk about your dad and a little bit of his story and how it inspired you. What inspires you to keep moving forward in today's world? right? And everything that goes around with this whole COVID situation, with schooling. You know, I know as a teenage kid, 90% of the kids don't like to go to school, 10% do, right? So it's just a thing, right? It is what it is. You know, you got to do it though. So at the end of the day, those are the things that I say when I say tell you your story, like, because you're going to relate to a bunch of different kids out here that feel the same way you do, right? I know how you feel because you tell me all the time how you feel. School, teachers are teachers. They're having a hard time with it too. It's not like you guys are the only ones having a hard time. It's a big adjustment for them too. So
huge change. So
it's hard, you know, on everybody. But so what I would do is start your story at where you come from. So where are you from, Dre?
Well, originally I'm from Newark, Delaware. I was raised in Newark. I was born in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie, Pennsylvania? Okay.
That's like, really, it's somewhat close to Canada, you know.
And so what about your mom and dad? Like, where's your mom, where's your dad?
Well, my biological mother, she passed away. But
how long ago?
3
years ago?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And
what about your dad?
My dad, I live with my father.
Okay.
I don't know.
You guys get along good?
Oh, of course, it's my father.
Yeah. That's your buddy?
Yeah, that's my right-hand man.
All right, so what about your life? Like, what's going on with your life? What is it before, you know, you met Isaac and everything?
Oh, yeah. All right, so, well, basically, I was raised in Newark, Bear. So, I was raised in Bear. Well, then, I don't know. I feel like I'm bullet pointing it, but I don't want to. Like, I just want to let it flow.
We're doing this outside, guys. It's live, and we live by a base, so don't mind the airplanes.
Oh.
It seems bullet pointed to you, but to other people, it's really not.
Well, I was born. All right, wait.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is really hard.
The good part is you can edit this out.
It's okay. No edit. We're not gonna edit it out. It's our first podcast, raw.
I was raised with my father and my grandfather and my grandmother. I don't even know my grandfather. My grandmother and my sister in a little house. I don't know.
How did y'all end up here?
Actually, it's a long story. How I don't know how to explain
we got time.
I really don't know how to explain it. Like, I can't.
Because you don't know, right, off the top of your head. That's fine. But you just know you're here now.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
Do you like it better here than where you were?
Somewhat. And then, like, being as though I left all my family and friends, because, like, most of my family is up north friends.
Yeah.
Friends that I'm, like, really, like, was dead close to.
Yeah.
But it was just a big transition.
Yeah.
Not that long ago, too. Right?
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
How long ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you finally...
About 2.5 years ago.
You had to leave everybody.
I just had to. Yeah, I had to. It was a big adjustment.
It's been longer than that.
Honestly,
You've been here 3 years.
Honestly, when I moved, I thought it wasn't real. Like, I was crying. Like, I never thought I would cry.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like.
Hated.
But how I moved, honestly, I'll tell y'all how I moved. So, I went to William Penn High School up in Newcastle, and I was in science class. I honestly tell y'all this. I was in science class, and the teacher said I got in trouble, but the one of these kids that I sat across from, he came in late, and we were doing the test, and you know how I go, you can't talk during the test. So he comes in, I'm trying to explain it to him. She catches me talking, and my dad said if I got in trouble, because it was like he was telling us that we were going to move, I just didn't know where. And he told me if I got in trouble, then we had to move. And it was literally that day. I got in trouble. They called. I ended up leaving school early. Then he came to pick me up. I left school early. He was like he was with my stepmother, and I was just like, what do you mean really? He was like, I'm discharging you from, I'm taking you out of William Penn. We're about to go, and I left. We moved in 2 days. I couldn't even believe, like, how you move in 2 days, bruh? I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
whoa. So
that's hard.
Yeah, we moved straight here, and I was just like, I really couldn't. I went to my first and last homecoming, and I didn't even go to the school. I still paid for the ticket, so I was definitely going. That was my last time up there. And when I got down here, I didn't go to school for like 2 weeks because they didn't even have my like paperwork or anything for CR. I moved in CR. I was that quiet kid because I didn't know anybody and I had no friends. Well, after a while, but it was just like it was freshman year. I moved freshman year. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, and I wasn't even in CRI freshman year. I was at Poly for who knows what reason, but
You know why? Why don't you be real?
I
Because
don't.
you were being a little, you know what, in school, and the teachers, you got write-ups in 8th grade too many times, and Caesarati wouldn't accept you because you were school of choice.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, let's just be real. How many write-ups you get before they tell you that you're just not allowed here anymore?
How did I get that many write-ups?
Yeah, right up.
I didn't even do anything.
Before you even enter high school, they just like, no, you can't even come here.
Didn't even.
You can't even come here.
Yeah, you did. You didn't do it, but the thing is it was who you were associated with.
Probably.
You had that kid that wrote in that girl's book,
Oh.
and then you took the blame for it, or you took the hit for it because you wouldn't tell them.
that was both of us. It was me too.
Yeah, but that was the thing is, since you wrote in that book, now that puts you in a predicament because now they're like, okay,
I forgot about all of that.
because you wanted to be a little di, you know what, and start writing ignorant stuff in a book, and then you got in trouble for it. When the school looked at that, they're like, okay, they sent me a letter saying your son's not accepted to Caesar Rodney High School because you don't live in the school district. That's why I bought a house in the school district.
That's wild.
We moved in this school district because my kids were going to go to Caesar Rodney no matter how I looked at it. So we sold the house we had and we moved in. We bought a bigger house, and just in a better.
Well, it was because of Addie too.
Well, yeah, but I could have bought a house anywhere. There's not a house we couldn't have bought. If we bought it here because this is where we wanted to be in this school district. This is the only one in this school district we could find though.
I didn't mean like location. I was just saying because of Addie, like because remember like.
We needed
now.
another room, but we were going to move anyway. But I wasn't going to move into Dover. I wasn't going to move into Magnolia.
Location-wise, that's why.
I had to stay in this school district because you were going to the school district. But yeah, that's why you didn't get to go 9th grade. So you had to go to Polytech, and luckily I just happened to know some people at Polytech and rub some elbows, and that's how I got you in.
I don't even. That was terrible because I didn't know what I wanted to do at all. So like I was in welding at Polytech.
That's what JJ was in.
That's what your brother was in. So I'm not. It's not for me.
The thing is what you guys don't understand, and this is why I tell you gotta be an example to your brother, not a. You gotta be the role model that needs to be there because your brother was starting to be just like you were because you were that way. He started being that way. Why do you think he doesn't talk as much? Why he went through that little phase where he wouldn't talk to anybody? Everybody was against him, blah, 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 right? Because he watched his big brother do the exact same thing for 3 years. What did you expect him to do? You know what I mean? And that's why I kept getting on you about it. Because you guys have to understand you're a role model to the kids underneath of you, right? So there's kids out here that's a little bit younger than you that look up to you guys. So every time y'all do something that's not in a right way of growing, you're going to put yourself in a predicament where that kid behind you is going to become you. That's what happened with Nate. That's why Nate became you, and that's why we were having a hard time, and that's why he's starting to come out of it now because he's starting to see it come around. You're coming back around now, like, because obviously now you're older, you're understanding of it. You're in a program where your mind thinks different now because you understand how much your mindset works with you. And because I push your mindset so much, I push you guys' mindset to the limit every day. It's because I want y'all to understand that stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's why, like, whatever y'all do in the world and this content and everything you're doing, just make sure you're trying to inspire them younger coming up, because at the same time, like, that's what inspires them. Like, so when they get older, they can be like, well, Isaac and Dre did it this way, and I started doing better because of them. Then they're going to see it and want to do it the same way. Where if we don't do it that way, what ends up happening, if I didn't inspire y'all every day, and the kids that I inspire and the adults I inspire every day with just my speaking and my talking to them, if I didn't do that right, and I just decided not to do anything, I didn't change anybody's life for the day. I feel like I didn't get my way. I let my day go, right? Mm-hmm. That's how you should feel. Is like, you should want to inspire somebody. Like that whole thing of what you're doing of wanting to build or going to build the skate park and all that stuff.
Compound, that's what it's called. The compound.
But you need to make sure that you do something with kids with that. Like,
oh yeah,
reach out to schools, do some stuff with the schools, because that'd be great for schools.
We got ideas for what we want to do. We want to make like the skate park.
This is what I'm asking you. That's
right.
why.
So like, say there's gonna be skate parks, basketball, drift courses, dirt bike tracks, and they're gonna be camps, like individual camps, or they could be a camp as a whole. But they're gonna like
It's gonna
You know
be
what I mean?
pretty much
For
not like
other
a.
people to come in.
Well, we're not gonna call it a school, but it's gonna be like a school.
It's a camp.
And they're gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna give them the chance to be in the videos.
Summer camps.
They're
like,
gonna be
that'd
in
be
the
cool.
they're gonna be in the YouTube videos, which the YouTube
Season
videos
camps,
is
'cause
also
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
every
behind the scenes of the movies and the TV shows, which is not even
What we're
heard
missing
of.
in this world is summertime activities for
It's
kids
gonna
to
be
do
summer camp,
that
winter
actually
camp, anything.
need
It don't
something to
matter.
do, right?
Mhm.
Around here, we have a Boys and Girls Club that charges you an arm and a leg that doesn't do anything but play dodgeball all day and get to play some
Pickleball.
basketball. That's it. Like, they don't really do much, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go outside a little bit, you play some kickball or whatever. But they don't do,
Keep you
like,
boxed in.
yeah, they don't get you to open up. And then that's why I like the idea of what you're doing, because you will be able to expand a kid's minds.
Trying to give people like freedom to express themselves
Yeah.
through like what they like to do.
Which is an awesome thing to do. So that's where your inspiring should be. And then make sure that when you're doing it, though, you only hire the counselors that you believe. Don't hire.
No, because I understand vibrations. That's why I know that what's
Because
gonna work.
that's why certain friends I didn't want you hanging around with, because their vibration, their levels, they're what they're doing. And you can see it on their social medias and all that stuff, right? You're like, oh, they're cool. No, they're not. Because energy attracts energy, right? Like, so when you're talking negative, that kid's talking negative, that's what happens. If that kid's doing something that he shouldn't be doing and you know it 100% all the time, you're going to end up doing what they're doing.
You getting what's harmony of that.
Yeah, so
frequency.
that's why, but that's what you need to teach, and that's what you need to show, and you started with your brothers and your sisters, you know, because why not practice with who's around you the most? Because if you could see Nate change, and you could see it, because now he's wanting to hang out with y'all all the time, he's happier, he's playing, he's
outside, not playing
Yeah.
Fortnite.
yeah. Well, that's because I killed the don't tell him, but I let the PlayStation account go for like a couple weeks because I liked the fact that he was out of the house more.
I'm sure he probably knows.
He knows now because I told him, but
He don't need to be in the house. That is not.
I know, but that's where you come into play, right? You want to inspire, that's where you inspire. You take him and get him out the house,
He
and you
is
do
now.
stuff. I know, but you
'Cause-
do stuff with him, and you make sure that he does that. And the same thing for you. Like, you find somebody, and Nate likes you too, so it's like he wants y'all to be. He wants to be around y'all all the time. So that's a good inspiration, and that should make y'all feel good, because he's a young kid that just looks up to y'all big time. And as long as y'all are doing something positive, he's going to want to do something positive.
Right.
Just remember that. Don't put yourself in negative positions when you have him with you.
Mhm.
You shouldn't put yourself in a negative
Not at all.
position regardless.
Mhm.
So what else we got going on, guys?
Oh, our clothing line.
Oh yeah.
Damn clothing line.
We just got Zach's mother. She designs shirts actually, so she was gonna make a couple sizes for us. We're gonna wear them in our videos and stuff, so we can like promote them.
The branding yourself works, and I did it for a while, and I'm about to get back on it heavy again. Is you want to take and make sure every video you're doing, everything you're doing, you're always wearing
Exactly.
band production.
Mhm.
I know that's the plan. We already
You
talked
have
about
to.
it.
Everything you wear has to be band
We're gonna have
production.
full fits. Like I'm gonna be wearing a full fit that has
I
one
had it.
color. He's gonna be in a different color. Zach's gonna be in a different color.
You've
Kyle's gonna be in a
taken,
different
between
color.
you and the kids, you've taken all my hoodies, so now I gotta get new hoodies made, and I'm putting my initials in mine this time so that y'all can stop stealing my stuff. Cause I don't have a hoodie in my. I looked in my shed. I had like 20 some hoodies, and I don't have one artistic edition. I don't have one artistic edition hoodie at all. One. That's crazy. I even bought like big size, hoping they would not.
No, it's gonna look like a dress on me. It's fine.
So you guys should definitely start doing that.
We are.
Besides that,
I already talked to
you
her
need to
about
get a guest on your production company. You need to get a guest on your podcast and start doing
it.
podcasts.
Our podcast is after hours. It's gonna be at the shop.
No, you're not going to just have random people in the shop at night.
Oh no.
We're not doing random people.
We were gonna do the shop first. Like
Yeah.
everybody from the shop on after hours.
That's
we haven't.
fine.
Yeah.
We're not even like. Podcasts aren't our main thing yet. We're not completely worried about that yet.
You should, because it's a really good thing for kids to see like what you're doing, because
Yeah.
you should reach out to people that inspire you, that you want to talk to, so that way they can see. Because the one thing that I like it too is when I get messages every day of somebody says, "Oh man, you're really inspired, thank you, blah blah blah," right? So if you're reaching out to people saying the same thing and then just want to get them on your podcast, it shows, okay, this kid's humble, this kid's,
Well,
you know.
See, our main thing is YouTube, but our goal for podcasts, like we want to do podcasts, but this is what we want to do with podcasts. We want to just do like the MP3 where it's no video and it's just the audio file, and then we do like an anime or whatever on top of the video where it's our characters, and we could be talking about things like, say the conversation goes towards the negative, so whatever we're talking about, our little anime things are going through it.
You're
like,
in high school though, right? You don't have one friend in the school, one kid you know that wants to do that?
We already talked to somebody about it.
Yeah, we are.
And that I should be making it. It's up to him, but we did talk to him about it.
It's an accountability thing. Let me explain to you about leadership. You should have a meeting at least once to twice a week with your group of people that y'all are doing this with.
We hang out with each other every day.
It doesn't matter. There's a difference between hanging out and then doing it in a meeting. A hangout is just like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah. We talk some stuff, right? A meeting should be a meeting about this is what we're going to do for the week, and this is how it's going to get done, and this is who does what. And then the beginning and the middle of the week, you have an accountability day. Meaning then you have another meeting saying, okay, this is what everybody's supposed to do. Who did their job, who didn't yet. That way you can hold accountability. Okay, Dre, you didn't do this part. All right, I need you to get on it today.
Right.
That way when you go back into a Monday, if they didn't do their job, you know that person's not meant for that job because he's slacking.
And that's what Kyle does a good job at. He's really good at managing us.
Well,
he texts all the people back for our basketball videos we do.
Well, that's the thing is, like, that's where the accountability needs to come in, though, because the problem I see, it's not even a problem. The one thing I see the most of is a lack of commitment in yourselves. When you have something that needs to be done, you guys just don't do it. It's like you don't follow through, where what you should do is this. You should set it and just do it instead of saying, I can't. YouTube's powerful. It's one question away from figuring out how to do something you don't know how to do. Like when you call me and you're like, how do you do this? I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to do none of that mess. I got a media guy that you can call on any time you want that is on payroll, that he is there to answer questions for you guys and would answer questions for you at any time of the week. And you never hit him up. You always ask me. Like
we talk to him.
But that's the things you need to learn and understand is like certain people play certain roles. There's certain things I can do. There's certain things I can't do. I'm not that person for that. I'm the connect. I'm the person that can connect you to the person that needs to be that person. I'm not the person that does the stuff. I'm a boss. A boss sits back and delegates and makes sure that the operation's running the way it needs to from the people that need to. Because I've put everybody in their position to know that business is going to run exactly the way it needs to, because everybody in their position holds their position well, right? That's why my shop runs the way it does. That's why I don't have to be there much, because I know that shop is ran. I don't have to worry about that. Get a list, get a paper, get some notepads. Everybody should have a notepad, a computer, or something, right? And everything.
We have a shared notes where we text everything into, but I have notebooks and
then you need to make sure that everything's written down and everybody's holding themselves accountable, and then figure out who's good for what. Just because you think that person might be that person, if you go a week and that person hasn't done shit, excuse my language, then that person's not meant for that job. It's going to slow you down. You don't have time for slowing down. Time doesn't stop for you. A week lost is a week lost. And as you get older, and as you get into business, and as you start building empires, you're going to not like when a week is wasted.
What a week is.
Yeah. You're not going to like a day being wasted. You're not going to like an hour being wasted. So at the end of the day, that's where you got to be with that. Is you have to understand, like, okay, who's doing what job and how are we going to do it, and who's going to effectively do it right. So that's what y'all should work on this week. And then start building content. Figure out what you want to do it about, but make it about something. Make it about something. Even if it's a giving back thing, even if it's we're going to go to the skate park and reach some people out, right? When you go to the skate park, interact with another guy. Like, hey, man, what's your name, Bob? You got Instagram? Look, we making a video on YouTube, blah, blah.
That's what we did at Charm City with the one guy.
Even at the post office.
Oh, yeah. I was just about to mention that. We was at the post office, and this guy...
Today.
Just earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. He does merch. Yeah. And we was like, he was like...
He said we like your shoes because he had off-whites on.
Yeah.
And it started there.
He was just like, what's y'all Instagram? I was like, well, we got this production thing we do photography and videography. He was like, oh, for real? He just called me.
But that's what it takes. It takes you guys doing that 100% all the time. Like, every person you talk to should be band production.
That's what we did.
Not Dre and I. Hey, we're band production.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
should
why
be
would I
like,
show
hey,
my
what's
personal?
that?
Makes
You know them
no
two dudes
profit.
from Band Production. You don't want them to say, you remember Isaac and Dre? Like, people don't be like, oh, you know Larry, right? They know Larry because I branded myself as a Larry, right? Before it was Larry, it was Tattoo Larry. Before it was Tattoo Larry, it was a guy from Artistic Editions. I branded everything the way it needed to be. I branded Artistic Editions first. When I first opened...
You do your name last.
I opened Artistic Editions, I was in the back four. I built an empire without no social media, no nothing. Artistic Editions had 30,000 followers. Larry had like 300. Because I didn't care about Larry. I cared about building my empire, right? Because everything was Artistic Editions. Look at my truck. Look at everything I have is Artistic Editions, right? Because that's what I was doing. I was branding it to where I don't care who you are around here, you know that big green truck. You know Artistic Editions. You know Larry, right? Because I built Artistic Editions, built the brand, right? That's where y'all need to go. After you build the brand, then comes Isaac and Dre.
Yeah, we're not even worried about that.
No,
right
you have to be worried about that.
At one point.
You have to worry about every piece of the pie.
All right.
But you have to be able to structure it. What I'm trying to tell you is I know how to make it a pie to where you take that last slice out, so once you get it to where you want it, now you can move on to the next pie. Because you don't want to create the circle and stay in the circle. You want to create the circle, cut the slice out, that's what y'all eat, right? So that what I'm saying, and that is how I mean by that is you're building a business, right? You don't take from that business. All you do is put back into that business and put back into that business. And then one day, eventually, that becomes a payroll. Then you'll start paying yourselves, right? Now you got money. Now you're getting income, right? And now you take that and you venture off into a new something.
A new car.
But make sure it's you. Make sure it's something that you're passionate about, you love, and you're willing to do, just like me. I don't have to do what I'm doing now, right? I can live well, just the way I am. I'm fine. I don't even really have to work at all, to be honest with you. But I like to work, right? So that's why I'm doing the whole mentoring thing, because that's my passion. That's what I love to do. I love to talk to people and help people, right? I'd rather inspire you and see you guys grow than sit back and just be greedy about money, because money's nothing. It's not about money. It's about inspiring somebody, right? So that's what I want to do now. Like, that's my next thing. But I also have to make an income from that, because if I'm going to be traveling and stuff, I have to make money to be able to afford to do that. Because if I don't have the money, I can't help, right?
Using the money as a tool.
Same thing with you guys. Start building it, get the production going, get the merch going, start branding the heck out of yourselves, and like take the money from the merch, put it online. We can make a Shopify for you, get a ClickFunnels going for you, get a little website going. We'll put it all together, and then you just start selling the merch as you go, right? Do the videos, but don't ask. Like, kind of pull up on stuff too. Like, pull up on little events. But hey guys, I see y'all doing some stuff. Y'all want a little video for this? You know, fun stuff, because there's people out there that would love a little video for something. Like the OC car shows this weekend, you know.
We wanted to go, but we had work.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Work
go
and
Sunday most likely, because we don't work.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a video if we go.
Yeah.
And Kyle and JR is down there right now, and they're making a video, and they wanted me to edit. But we'll see how the clips turn out. Hopefully they're good.
Well, maybe I'll take y'all down there. We'll see.
I got the car. I could drive down there.
Yeah, but you don't want to drive and try to record.
I won't drive. We'll park.
Yeah.
Cause I know I can make a really good video just on my phone.
Well, that's something y'all might want to do then. Besides that, though, like, I just want to see you guys grow. So I'm happy you guys are doing something with yourselves. And I think we'll end this podcast, because I'm pretty sure it's
Trust
enough.
me, the speaking it'll be good on the podcast.
They'll get better.
It's gonna progress.
Oh yeah, our podcast though, like we really do want to do that anime stuff, like
Yeah.
whatever story we're talking
So
about.
anybody that does that, listen, they don't have no money like that, right, to be spending right yet. They're building an empire. To build an empire, you need the people to build the empire. If you believe in them and you think that you might be able to work with them, just come work with them. But you gotta have a good vibe. You gotta have good energy.
All vibrations.
That's rule number one.
And if you're negative, if we go on your social media, we see a bunch of negative stuff, you just won't. You'll be swerved.
We'll
quick.
feel it right away. We'll know right away.
Yeah, just because I don't have time for that. I don't like people around me like that. So besides that, guys, it was good seeing you. Thanks for visiting the Billionaire Podcast. This one will be edited by them, Band Production. This is something new. Usually Win does all this for me, but we're not using him for this one. I'm going to let you guys do this one. So keep that billionaire mindset, guys. See you.